بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا ونبينا محمد وعلى آله الطيبين الطاهرين، واللعنة الدائمة الأبدية على أعدائهم أجمعين لا قيام يوم الدين. Inshallah, we're going to continue the Q&A of the miqat. Yesterday we explained the whole issue about Masjid al-Shajara. Let me see, where is the last session we arrived. So we were discussing, we mentioned about Madinah Munawwara. Uh, yeah, perfect. So it's going to be, I'm going to put this divider so that we know that we completed. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. Assalamu alaikum, my sons and daughters, wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. So inshallah, we are going to continue the questions and answers. So question number 61, um, is Jeddah in the haram or out of the haram? Obviously, if we look at the map, Jeddah is way out of the haram. The haram border is, in average, the maximum haram border will be not more than 15 kilometers from the Kaaba. So Kaaba is the center. The circumference or the vicinity of the Kaaba, and the places and the buildings are all part of the haram until the edge where the Prophet ﷺ defined the area of haram, defined between the mountain of this and mountain of that you don't have to know the detail, but that's the haram. So Shias and Sunnis, they both agree on the limit of the haram defined by Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So for us, some of the scholars, they say, when you want to renew the ihram, or if you have done your ihram, you're in Makkah, you've done your umrah, you want to do another umrah, you go to one of these three masajid, Tan'im, Ju'rana, Hudaybiyah. But we have, say the Sistan says, the border, anywhere in the border of haram, because these masajid are in the border of haram. So border of haram is where you can enter the state of ihram. Once you go there, you get out of that border, enter the state of ihram, come back in. So that is the adjacent outside of the haram area. So you need to enter the state of ihram outside the haram area. So just you get out of the border, that's it. There you can. But it's better to observe precautions and go a bit distance further to make sure that you have exited the haram. So these masajid are mostly out of the haram, except for Masjid al-Tan'im. We said it has become part of Makkah. So in some cases, there are precautionary measures to be observed. So the question says, Madinah to Jeddah, هل تقع في حدود الحرم أم هي خارجة منه? City of Jeddah, is it inside the limits of haram or it is out of it, out of the limits of haram? وهل هي من المواقيت أو محاذية لبعضها ولذلك يجوز الإحرام منها? So is it like one of the miqat, so we can enter the state of ihram without nether, or it is parallel? Remember parallel point, 90 degrees. Is it 90 degree with the miqat and haram? So we can, walidhalika, if that's the case, then we can enter the state of ihram from from Jeddah. So Sayyid Damadullah says, Jeddah kharija an hudud al-haram. Jeddah is out of the limit of the haram. وَلَيْسَتْ مِنَ الْمَوَاقِيتِ, and it is not miqat. It is not miqat as well. So it's not in the haram, it's not part of the haram, and it is out of the haram, and it is not miqat. Neither it is parallel. This is Jeddah, this is haram, this is Masjid al-Shajara or Juhfa. So neither it is parallel to one of the miqats. This is Jeddah. We said 90 degree. So he says, Na'am. However, توجد بينها, this is Jeddah, between Jeddah and between Makkah, there is a point which is parallel to. We found out this point, it is parallel to Masjid al-Shajara, okay, in the map. So there is a point, we discussed this in detail, it's just a refresher here, this question. So there is a point. So let's say if Jeddah is here, it is parallel to Juhfa, but it is not parallel to Juhfa. Jeddah is before Juhfa. I mean, sorry, Juhfa is before Jeddah. So Juhfa, let's say this middle finger is Juhfa, Jeddah is here. So Juhfa comes, parallel point to Juhfa comes here. Jeddah is here. But he says there is a parallel point between Jeddah and Makkah. And that parallel point we checked out, it was parallel to Masjid al-Shajara. So he says, Na'am, however, توجد بينها, between Jeddah, وبين الحرم, between the Haram, نقطة, a point, تحاذي الجحفة. It is parallel to Juhfa. Here, there is a typo because we checked practically, it is not parallel to Juhfa. It is parallel to Masjid al-Shajara. Therefore, يجوز الإحرام من جدة للوافدين إليها بالنذر. Therefore, it is permissible to enter the state of Ihram from Jeddah. But it is not parallel point. Yes, that's why we tell you, before parallel point, before miqat, or before parallel point to the miqat, you can enter the state of Ihram via vow with nadhr. Okay? So, let me see if I can just give you a quick thing about this parallel point. Like we yesterday went through, it will be nice to just okay. Okay, so I'll share you the screen to show you how the parallel point of Juhfa comes. Though these maps also, I'm not saying that what is written in the Manasik of Sayyidi Sistani is wrong, because you know these maps have been taken flatness into consideration. So I think they must have done a research on the spherical maps. You know, spherical maps are more accurate. These flat maps are not 100% accurate because Earth is not flat as it was thought before. Okay, so so if I share you the, I think I'm not sharing this screen. Let me share you the screen. Okay, here we are. So let's take let's pinpoint where is Masjid al-Shajara. Masjid al-Shajara, Medina al-Munawwara. There you go. And I will add a location also. Jeddah, we know it. So let's say Juhfa. Miqat Juhfa. Okay. So we have this miqat of Juhfa. See, Al-Juhfa. This one is Al-Juhfa. And this is Jeddah. So let's say, where does Juhfa come based on the parallel point? So if we stretch a line, yeah, see, this map is different. The other map, we were trying to find out the parallel point would come somewhere in the ocean. Let's try to stretch a line and check. Because say this instance says there's a point east, southeast of Jeddah. So Jeddah is here, east is this, south is here, southeast, because it needs to be parallel to the Haram. So let's draw a line from Juhfa, straight line to Jeddah. I need to make the map a bit smaller because we need to have 90 degrees to Haram. Yeah. So basically, when you want to find out a parallel point, you have to stretch a line like this. Okay. And this one, I will try to draw it again because it doesn't look straight. Let's try to make a straight line from Juhfa. Yeah. If you see it straight, that's fine. But anyhow, Sayyid Sistani Damadullah says it's somewhere southeast of Jeddah between Makkah and Jeddah. Somewhere here. Okay? Southeast. So this is south of Jeddah. And it's somewhere either beside the Corniche. One of the shuyukh, he found out it was somewhere here in this area. Because this is Makkah, Haram. So it needs to be parallel. Point of parallel. You know something? If we consider this Jeddah, so this is southeast. You see? So this is southeast. It's a south, a bit east. It's not like south. It's like this. See, if this is part of Jeddah, and we draw a line here, it's a bit southeast east. So regardless of that, if this is Jaffa, now if we go further and check out Masjid al-Shajara. So I'm going to make this map a bit more smaller, okay, to see where is our Masjid al-Shajara. There you go. So I'll bring this parallel point of Jeddah to its Juhfa, okay. And now let's check. Let me change the font or the color. Let me check the parallel point of. I'm going to put green. So Masjid al-Shajara is this. If I'm going to stretch a straight line, and this is Makkah. Oh, I think it's slanted. I need to have a foot rule, foot scale. Yeah. So as you can see, there's this point is, let me remove the previous southeast. So as we saw, this is Jeddah. Okay. And this point is southeast of Jeddah. Between Jeddah and between Haram. This is Haram. And it creates a 90-degree angle. So this is Juhfa. And this is Masjid al-Shajara. So we have two miqat. One miqat is south of Jeddah, depending on the map. But this is clearly miqat parallel to Masjid al-Shajara is clearly. So that is why Sayyid Sistani says, if you are before the miqat or before the parallel point of the miqat, then you can do ihram via nether. And obviously this ruling, other maraja, they differ. So check with your marja. Sayyid al-Khui did not allow this ruling of parallel point. So if you're a follower of Sayyid al-Khui and you came to Jeddah, you will have to go to Juhfa, or you will have to go to Ta'if, one of these two miqats, Sayl al-Kabir, Qarn al-Manazil, or Juhfa. Then come to Makkah. Or enter the state of Ihram with Nether in the airplane before passing Juhfa. or before passing Ta'if. Okay, so enter the state of Ihram somewhere here. And here, if you're coming from Turkey, somewhere here. If Masjid al-Shajara, we already mentioned that either Ihram bin Nadhr from the airport, but not passing the miqat, or from the miqat, a proper Ihram. Okay, so this is something which we have explained, but just wanted to, since we just a refresher, how to measure the parallel point. So basically, that's why Sayyid Sistani allows, and this it shows the advancement of Sayyid Sistani Damadullah in this geography and astronomy and these kind of things. He puts all these things into consideration because the evidence says, if Sayyid Sistani understands from the evidence miqat or a parallel point from the miqat, and the parallel point is a point where you put one point in one like line, and haram on the second line, and you stretch a line and see 90 degree. So this one is, this area where 90 degrees is a parallel point to Masjid al-Shajara. Here it's a parallel point to Masjid al-Shajara. In both cases, if we enlarge the image of Jeddah, yeah. So you can see Jeddah is stretched towards west. So some of this miqat, this parallel point, is somehow parallel point. So what does that mean? But say the Sistan says it's in southeast of Jeddah. Southeast of Jeddah, the miqat, which is parallel, is Masjid al-Shajara, obviously. But maybe if we bring accurate maps, then the ruling might be about the parallel point, about uh, Juhfa could be also, because they say the Sistani's team, they have professionals, geographical people, so they might have specific maps, accurate maps, which he might have concluded that نعم, however, توجد بينها وبين الحرم, there is a parallel point with to Juhfa between Jeddah and Haram. Therefore, it is permissible to enter the state of Ihram from Jeddah, for those who are arriving from Jeddah to Jeddah via Nadhr, bin Nadhr. Okay, because Jeddah is not miqat. Jeddah is not a miqat. Miqat is what? Miqat is the parallel point. And the parallel point is not in Jeddah. It's southeast of Jeddah. So let's see here. ذكرتم في رسالة المناسك, ruling number 62, question 62. You mentioned in مناسك أنه يجوز الإحرام من جدة بالنذر. It is permissible to enter the state of Ihram from Jeddah via Nadhr. فيما إذا علم ولو إجمالا. إجمالا is unspecific knowledge, in lump sum. If he knows in general, not accurately, not specifically, he knows for sure there's a point between Makkah and Jeddah. It is parallel to one of the miqat, be it Juhfa, be it Masjid al-Shajara. So this is ijmal. Be it Juhfa, be it Masjid al-Shajara, unspecified. There's a point in between, exactly where, unspecified. But you know that Jeddah and Makkah, there is a point between them, which is parallel to one of the miqat. ولو إجمالا, even based on unspecific knowledge, based on probability. But there is yaqeen, there is a point, but which exactly? There's a probability, this point, that point. So there's no certainty about the specificities. إجمالا بأن بين جدة والحرم. What is unspecified? That there is knowledge, but there's unspecific, exact thing is not known, but there is knowledge that there is in somewhere in between. بين جدة والحرم, between Jeddah and the Haram, موضعا, there's a place, location, يحاذي أحد المواقيت, it is parallel to one of the miqats, be it Juhfa, be it Masjid al-Shajara, doesn't matter, as long as you have knowledge. There is, the way we saw, there is knowledge, but exactly which place 90-degree falls, you don't have to know that accuracy. Okay? تقع بالنظر بدعوى أن جدة تقع بالنظر إلى خطوط الطول من بعد الجحفة. So, assuming that Jeddah is located on the based on the longitude lines, okay, the vertical line, not horizontal, vertical line, خطوط الطول من بعد جحفة. So as we said that Juhfa is here, Jeddah is here. Okay? من بعد جحفة. So بدعوة, there's a claim or there's an assumption that Jeddah is after Juhfa. So how can we enter the state of Ihram with Nadhr after the miqat or parallel point of the miqat? Remember, we said Jeddah is here, Juhfa is here. So how can we just skip the idea of parallel point of Juhfa? This is a claim. فلا يتصور وجود نقطة المحاذاة بينها وبين مكة. He says we cannot picture a point between Makkah and Jeddah, because Jeddah, Juhfa is here, Jeddah is here. So it cannot be parallel to Juhfa. This is based on the maps which people they have, like us. But if professionals bring their map, spherical maps, then the story might be different. Okay? So when say this Sistani, because some of the youth, they say, oh, what is this? Juhfa is away. Juhfa parallel point to Juhfa is in the sea. Okay? Red Sea, where somebody is going to dive and say, Labbaik Allahumma Labbaik in the sea. Baba, which map you looked at? The maps, Mullah Google. Is Mullah Google like 100% authentic? Baba, they when they say they have professional people, they ask professional people. If marja'iyya is all about professionalism, experience, expert, how can a marja' who's depending on experience and expertise and experience professionalism? He skip and ask Tom, Dick, and Harry, what about Juhfa? What about Jeddah? What about no, doesn't work like that. Even moon sighting issue is one of the biggest astronomical institutions in Qom is of Sayyid Sistani Damadullah. So he said that فلا يتصور, it cannot be pictured, it cannot be considered, imagined that there is a point parallel to Juhfa between Jeddah and Makkah. It is before Jeddah. Remember, someone said that it is in the ocean and Jeddah and then Makkah. But فلا يتصور وجود نقطة المعاذاة بينها وبين مكة بالقياس إلى جحفة. If you're going to look Juhfa, no, it's somewhere in the sea. It comes out before Jeddah. Before Jeddah is sea. Jeddah is a Corniche area, seashore area, seashore city. So فما هو تعليقكم? What is your comment? See, he answers as a professionalism. الخرائط الجغرافية, the geographical maps, that means his maps are different than your map. He's giving you answer based on professionalism. And their maps are, even the Kaaba, the compass. If you want to define the compass, we used to have this problem in Doha. The youth will come, oh, the Qibla is here, the Qibla is there, the masjid is wrong Qibla. Baba, when the masjid is made, they make a big, huge compass made on a wooden base, so it is not affected by electromagnetical field, and they keep it distance away from electrical sockets and this and that, and they measure 4 corners of the masjid, and they define the Qibla of masjid. And some Tom, Dick, and Harry comes with his mini compass. Oh no, this masjid is Qibla, wrong Qibla. And he creates a lot of confusion. Baba, did you build the masjid? When people build masjid, there is a professionalism done. So there is a proper geography, proper things are done. Even before this technology, they used to have big compasses, like a wooden compass, and they will bring it and they will measure 4 areas and they will stretch the line and they will define the qibla. They will not, you're measuring from one area, and it's metal and so many electromagnetical field. So that's why see his answer, al-khara'it. He said, Sayyidina, it's Juhfa is before Jeddah. The parallel point is in the sea. Okay, the way we tried to find out, and we saw it comes somewhere on the edge. Before we have seen it comes in the sea. Now, so these maps also, they get updated. So al-khara'it al-jughrafiyyah, the geographical maps, تبين, indicates أن جدة بالنظر إلى خطوط الطول, that Jeddah, looking at the vertical lines, the latitude lines, خطوط تقع قبل جحفة. So Jeddah is here, Juhfa is here. It's opposite of what you said. You said according to the map. The maps which we have shows that Jeddah is before Juhfa. That means before the parallel point of Miqat. That means you can enter the state of Ihram from Jeddah. See, Jeddah, he did not say, what do you know? Shut up. What are you guys? You guys are... No. He answers the question according to his findings. إلى خطوط الطول تقع قبل الجحفة. That's why I've highlighted it, because you might go and check on the map. Oh, say the Sistani says like that. So before you even judge, check out how much credible your map is. تقع قبل الجحفة لا بعدها, according to the geographical map and according to the vertical lines. The Juhfa is after Jeddah, not before Jeddah. وعلى هذا الأساس, therefore based on this, نرى أن النقطة المحاذية, the parallel point for Juhfa, is before Jeddah. This is Jeddah, this is the parallel point to Juhfa. Okay, تقع في الجنوب الشرقي, southeast. Now south, it doesn't need to be all the way like this. No, this means south, a little bit east is also southeast. So you don't have to be southeast like southeast huge. No, this is south and this is southeast. And we saw a little bit eastish is there. Okay, but that's Mullah Google map. Okay, but if you go to real map, you might find a bit more eastish, but it doesn't have to be too southeast. And say the Sistani mentioned in the ruling, you don't have to bring the micromanagement and millimeter and centimeter, and no, common consideration. It pulls a line 90 degrees, and you don't have to bring that thing and make, oh, 90 degrees. No, it can be a little bit this, little bit that, no problem. Orphan, common consideration, it forms a 90 degree. Okay, should not be too, no, little bit here, little bit there, little bit haram is here, little bit haram is there, doesn't matter, but not too much. Even the parallel point, if it is bit front but bit behind, it doesn't matter. وعلى the مداقة, it doesn't, مداقة العلمية, academic accuracy is not required. وعلى هذا الأساس, based on that, نرى أن النقطة المحاذية, we see that the parallel point of Juhfa is after Jeddah. This is Jeddah, this is the parallel point of Juhfa. And where it is, تقع في الجنوب الشرقي من جدة, southeast of Jeddah. So this may be Jeddah. Okay, so the parallel point is southeast of Jeddah. And you saw Jeddah goes like this. Jeddah is like this according to this map. Okay, so that means Jeddah by itself, it depends on which location of Jeddah. It can be southeast. Some locations of Jeddah, it can be exact south. It depends on the proper maps. Okay. Ruling number 63. إذا نسي المكلف أن يحرم لحج التمتع أو تركه جهلا بوجوبه. So if someone forgot if someone forgot to enter the state of ihram, okay? If someone forgot to enter the state of ihram for Hajj al-Tamattu' أو تركه جهلا, or he left it out of ignorance. He did not enter the state of ihram. Uh, forgot. He arrived in Makkah. Oh, I forgot. Or no, he never knew the ruling. He knew the ruling, but he never knew the miqat. Or he knew the miqat, but never knew the ruling that he has to enter the state of ihram. He saw people. That's the problem. Please, when you go to Hajj, learn the rules. Okay, or don't go to Hajj. Okay, I'm not shaitan. Shaitan wants you to go Hajj without learning. I'm telling you, go Hajj learning the rulings. Don't go Hajj without learning, because then you will please the shaitan. Your Hajj will please the shaitan. Shaitan will be happy to make your Hajj kiss goodbye. So therefore, he forgot or he left it. This guy, he's seeing, going with the caravan, he's seeing people going into the Masjid al-Shajara and into the Islam. Is he like prestigious? No, I don't have to do like that. I'm a millionaire and I'm this. Why should I wear two pieces of cloth? I'm just going to go Makkah, and I'll just Allah knows my intention and those kind of things which people they say. Baba, you are for Hajj or for vacation? Go is Masjid al-Shajara, do what they are doing. Okay. So this is there are types of people that are there and they come to Makkah. Sheikh, I saw these things. I saw people wearing white cloth. I wore white cloth. But what? Did you make an intention? No, I did not know. That needs to be intention. Did you say labbaik? No, I saw people saying labbaik. I said maybe mustahab. He never, he was in the miqat, but he never knew. So jahil could be jahil bil mawdu', jahil about the subject. He knows the ruling, but he doesn't know that where is the miqat. Jahil bil mawdu'. Okay, the application, is ignorant about the application. Or no, jahil bil hukum. He knows the application. He knows this is miqat, but he doesn't know that he has to enter the state of ihram from here. Jahil bil hukum. Ignorance about ruling, unaware about ruling, unaware about the applications of ruling, or unaware about both. So, this is, he forgot or was unaware that he has to enter the state of ihram, biwujubihi, that it is obligation to enter the state of ihram in the miqat, or at least before entering Makkah. Walam yaltafid. This person is performing Hajj al-Tamattu'. What does it mean? His ihram is in Makkah. So Makkah is the miqat. He saw people living, jumping on the buses for going for Arafat. He got this libas of ihram and jumped on in the bus. Okay? Doesn't know anything. He came to Arafat illa ba'da wuqufihi. Arafat. So if a person forgot to enter the state of ihram for Hajj al-Tamattu', not Umrah, that means from Makkah. أو تركه جهلا, for or he left it without being unaware about the mawdu' or aware about the hukum, that it is obligation. ولم يلتفت, and he never realized, and except after standing on the plains of Arafat. إلا بعد وقوفه عرفت أو في المزدلفة, or the night you eve of Eid you spend in Muzdalifah. So what is his responsibility? إذا تذكر وعلم الحكم وهو في عرفات وتمكن من الرجوع إلى مكة والإحرام منها تعين. If he was able to leave Arafat and go back to Makkah, if he realized the ruling or remembered, because he could be forgotten, he could be unaware. So if he remembered or realized the ruling and he was in Arafat and he was able to return to Mecca and enter the state of ihram from it, then it must be done. وَإِن لَمْ يَتَمَكَّنْ مِنَ الرُّجُوعِ لِضِيقِ الْوَقْتِ, and if he was not able to go back to Makkah, return to Makkah for the tightness of the time, for the shortage of the time, because he may go and come back, or he might miss Arafat, أو لعذر آخر, or any other excuse. He might get lost. He might not know the way. He might not know how to go Makkah and how to come back, and he might miss the whole entire Hajj. يحرم من الموضع الذي هو فيه. Okay, ويصح حجه. No problem. You did not do intentionally. You forgot or you were unaware. If you cannot go back due to the shortage of the time or you any other excuse, then just enter the state of ihram from there and your hajj will be correct. Okay? وَيَصُحُّ حَجُّهُ. His hajj will be correct. So he should enter the state of ihram from wherever he can. He is wherever he is. في الموضع الذي هو فيه ويصح حجه, and his hajj will be correct. وكذا لو تذكر أو علم بالحكم عند الوقوف بالمزدلفة. Similar rule applies to him if he remembered or became aware of the hukum, the ruling, uh, during his wuquf in Muzdalifah. What does it mean? Similarly, he has to go to Makkah and enter the state of Ihram Makkah and then come to Muzdalifah. Because if you miss Arafat unintentionally, you reach Muzdalifah, your Hajj is okay. At least Muzdalifah is very important. So, Alima bil, so go back to Makkah. He needs to return to Makkah, enter the state of Ihram, come back Muzdalifah. Muzdalifah is a bit easier than Arafat for many people because it's just adjacent to Mina and Makkah. So you can just cross the border, enter the state of Ihram, and come cross the border. As long as he's not in Mina, because Muzdalifah is adjacent to Mina. So he will cross the border, go Mina, and then go to Makkah and come back to just cross the border Muzdalifah, because Muzdalifah there's no tents, anything. Anyways, with the sunrise, you will have to go to Makkah, where everybody goes to Makkah. Or Mina, sorry, Mina. So it's like as I showed you in the map that like this is Makkah and this is Mina. It's a bit long, just for you to picture. This is Muzdalifah, and then this is Arafat. So it's a bit far away. Like the total is about 20 kilometers from Makkah to Arafat. About, okay? A little bit more, a little bit less. Mina, Makkah, it's 3 kilometers about. Muzdalifah is by itself is 1.5 kilometers or 2 kilometers, something like that. So basically, if he is in Arafat, he needs to go back to Makkah, enter the state of Ihram, come back. If he cannot, just enter the state of Ihram from Arafat. If this happened in Muzdalifah, go to Makkah, come back, just here beside the border, stay there, spend few hours in Muzdalifah, as long as it's considered obligatory, or between sunrise and between dawn and sunrise, and then you can enter Mina. So if you are able to, if not, then just enter the state of Ihram here from Muzdalifah. Okay, so فإنه يحرم من مكانه. Then if he cannot go back, then he should enter the state of Ihram from here. وإن تمكن من العود إلى مكة والإحرام منها. Oh, so Sayyidi Sistani has for Muzdalifah, you don't have to go to Makkah. Some ulamas, they require. So Sayyidi Sistani says, no. If you are in Muzdalifah, you don't have to go to Makkah. You can just, even if you are able to. وَإِن تَمَكَّنَ مِنْهَا. So let me read it back again. وَكَذَا. Similar rule will apply. Which rule? To enter the state of Ihram from wherever you are. For Mina, for Arafat, we said you have to go Makkah. Come back. If you can't, then from here. Muzdalifah, you don't have to go Makkah. Just Ihram. This is the difference. So just check your marja as well. وكذا لو تذكر أو علم بالحكم عند الوقوف بالمزدلفة. Similar rule will apply if he remembers. وكذا لو تذكر أو علم. Similar rule will apply if he remembered or became aware about the ruling in Muzdalifah. فإنه يحرم من مكانه. For Muzdalifah, therefore he should enter the state of Ihram from his place. وإن تمكن من العود إلى مكة, even if he was able to go back to Mecca and enter the state of Ihram from there, no need for that. So this is something, a difference between. So why Arafat, you have to go back? If not, then why Mina not? One of the reasons is that Muzdalifah and Mina, they are all part of the Haram. This is all. Arafat is not from the Haram. So if you are in Makkah and you want to do Umrah Mufrada, another Umrah, you can just come to Arafat, enter the state of Ihram and come back. That's one of the things you can do, because Arafat is out of the border of Haram. So this is Haram's border, where Muzdalifah is in the Haram, Mina is in the Haram, Makkah is in the Haram. So that may be one of the reasons where Sayyid Sistani does not require you, if you remember in Muzdalifah, to go back. Ruling number 64, إذا نسي التلبية. If he made the intention, but he did not say لبيك اللهم لبيك, forgot. فتذكر بعد أعمال منى. So we are talking about Hajj al-Tamattu. He was in Makkah. He entered the state of Ihram, but he did not lock it. Labbaik is very important. Labbaik is, like you said, Takbiratul Ihram in Salah. It locks your Ihram, as Takbiratul Ihram locks you in your Salah. So you're locked in. So, إذا نسي التلبية في إحرام الحج, if he forgot to say Labbaik Allahumma Labbaik, the Labbaik in the state of Ihram of Hajj, فَتَذَكَّرَ بَعْدَ أَعْمَالٍ مِنَا. So from Makkah, people go to Arafat. From Arafat, they go to Muzdalifah. And then they are in Mina. وَقَبْلَ الطَّوَافِ فَمَا حُكْمُهُ. He did not do the Tawaf of Hajj and Tawaf al-Nisa and Sa'i still. But he's in Mina. He did the pelting of the stones. He did all the nights. He stayed 2 nights to stay in Mina. 3 pillars of Satan to pelt 777 stones, 2 days, 3 days. He did the 11th and 12th. He did the 10th, only one, 11th, 3, 12th, 3. So he did A'mal of Mina. A'mal of Makkah are left. Tawaf, 2 rakat Tawaf, Sa'i, Tawaf al-Nisa, 2 rakat Tawaf al-Nisa. That's left. So what should he do? He had the libas of ihram. He made the intention, but he forgot labbaik. He said, yulabbi mata ma tadhakkara. He performs the talbiyah whenever he remembers. ويأتي ببقية المناسك ويصح حجه. Why? Because he forgot. It was not intentional. So no problem. You made the intention, you were in the state of ihram, you perform labbaik whenever you remember, and then continue your manasik al-hajj. You don't have to repeat anything. وَيَصُحُّ حَجُّهُ. His hajj will be correct. So يُلَبِّي مَتَى مَا تَذَكَّرَ. He performs the talbiyah, labbaik, whenever he remembers. وَيَأْتِي بِبَقِيَّةِ الْمَنَاسِكِ. And he performs the remaining rituals of hajj, and his hajj will be correct. Again, the aeroplane issue and Jeddah, because this is always an encountering problem. It encounters everybody going for Hajj or for Umrah. So ruling number 65, إذا وصل جدة بالطائرة. If he arrives Jeddah by aeroplane, وأراد الذهاب منها إلى المدينة المنورة, and he intended to go to Medina al-Munawwara from Jeddah. He arrived Jeddah, landed, instead of going Makkah, straight to Medina, north. وَلَكِنَّهُ لَمْ يُسْمَحْ لَهُ بِذَلِكَ. He was not given the permission to leave that route, to go to Medina. Okay? فَأَحْرَمَ مِنْ جِدَّةٍ بِالنَّذْرِ. Therefore, he could not go to Miqat, he could not go. So therefore, he did his ihram, entered the state of ihram from where? From Jeddah via vow. أو ذهب إلى الجحفة فأحرم منها. Or he went to Juhfa, north, and he entered the state of Ihram from there. So he's now in Ihram. Now he realized, like Pink Panther, nobody can stop him now from Juhfa to Medina. He found the taxi, or if he found someone, he said, I'll take you Medina. Don't worry. Come sit me, pay me this much. Okay. So, because sometimes when you go by buses and they do some regulations there, okay, to manage the trafficking and the crowd of the Hujjaj. So they did not allow them to go to Medina. It was very short time, and it was the season of Hajj, like 3 days left for Arafat, or maybe 1 or 2 days. So people are coming from Medina. So the routes are all one, most of them are one way. And going to Medina, they have a bit scrutiny there. Only non-Hujjaj, there were sometimes these rules were there. I don't know now, they still have those rules or not. Especially if you are a foreigner. You have a foreign passport. They check the passports in the bus and everything. So when he was in Juhfa, he entered the state of Ihram. After that, he got the permission to go to Medina. فهل يجوز له أن يعرض عن إحرامه ويجدد الإحرام من مسجد الشجر أم لا? So is it permissible for him to abandon his ihram, which he did now in Juhfa, and later on, after Medina, when he's planning to come back to Makkah, he enters the ihram from Masjid al-Shajara? Or no, if it is not permissible and he did it, so what should he do? وإذا لم يجز وقد فعل ذلك فماذا عليه؟ الجواب: لا يصح منه الإعراض عن إحرامه بعد انعقاده صحيحا. It is not permissible for him to abandon his ihram after it was locked perfectly, like locked in, after it became, after he entered the state of ihram and this ihram contract became firm. He said labbaik. Now he's locked in. He cannot get out just like that. Okay, he has to perform the amal of umrah. So this is the ruling. But he did not. He abandoned the ihram of Juhfa, went to Medina and entered the state of Medina. So now he's asking, because he was not aware. لا يصح منه الإعراض. He said it is not permissible for him to abandon the ihram or after it being what they say um, fixed. The word is not coming in my mind. After it become firm, after it became firm, authentic, correctly, صحيحا. ولكنه لو جهله, however, if he was unaware, ignorant, okay, about not getting out of the state of ihram just like that, فتجرد عن ثياب الإحرام, he took the dress of ihram away, ولبس المخيط, and he wore normal clothing, like stitched clothes. أو ارتكب أمرا آخر من محظورات الإحرام, or he violated one of those prohibitions of ihram, because خلاص, he's now normal. So when he thinks he's normal, but he's stuck in ihram, he thinks he's normal, so he started doing normal things. Okay, perhaps relation with wife, perhaps regular, everything, anything. So he says that he did all these violations. He's still in ihram. He's stuck in ihram. Just by abandoning the ihram, it's not easy to get out of ihram like that. That's why people, they mess up their ihram in Makkah by doing sa'i between Safa and Marwa on the top floor and doing some things, and they think that they're out of the ihram. They come back, we tell them, you are still in ihram, you're stuck in ihram. So he's stuck in ihram, and he did all these violations of ihram out of ignorance about its ruling. من محظورات الإحرام جهلا بالحكم لم تجب عليه الكفارة. Penalty will not be obligated upon him, because if somebody violates the 25 things and out of ignorance, then there's no kafara, except for few things like private relations with wife, or spousal relations, husband and wife. Okay, and those, in some cases, even if they were unaware, they have to pay penalty. Okay, إلا في الإدهان بالدهن بالدهن الطيب أو المطيب على الأحوط وجوبا, except for the case of lubricating yourself with oil, perfumed oil. You know, like people, these bodybuilders, what they do, they want to show their muscles and biceps and six packs and whatever, eight packs, whatever packs they have. They want them to shine, to attract the people's eye. Look at my muscles, don't look at my face. Okay, your eyes here at my muscles, see my muscle. So I don't know why they oil themselves. Maybe Said Yasin, one of you love this mulakama, might tell. But anyhow, at this point, these people. So let's say this guy is a bodybuilder, and he went to Hajj, and he entered the state of Ihram. Now he wants to just do the bodybuilding, showing also. So he puts oil. I mean, this is bad example. Let's say he had bad smell, so he kept oil. Okay, remember that perfume oil? That's oil. The if you know what I'm talking about. Okay, some of them, they make you have migraines, so be careful what type of. Some of you have migraine, and some of you they faint, and some of you, so some people, they put very strong perfumes. This is oil perfume. So we are talking about these kind of things. Okay, don't think oil of olive oil putting on the body kind of thing. Maybe he has pain, or maybe he has some reasons to put, God knows best. The bottom line is perfumed oil. If olive oil is perfume, then yeah. But if olive oil is not perfume, so that's why the gel and all those people they use for the pain and for the rashes, they should not have perfume in it, fragrance in it. Al-idhan bid-dihn al-tayyib, that perfumed oil, one should not place perfumed oil. If he has done that out of ignorance, out of unawareness, then on the basis of obligatory precaution, there will be penalty on it. Ruling number 66. I think we will be ending in this ruling. If we have only one session left, and we'll be done with the miqat, then we will enter the state of ihram. So man shakka fil ityani bit talbiyah, whoever doubts that whether he has done the talbiyah or not done the talbiyah, said labbaik or not said labbaik, بعد خروجه من مسجد الشجرة, after he left Masjid al-Shajara, he doubted, did I say labbaik or not? So whoever doubts in performing the labbaik talbiyah after exiting Masjid al-Shajara, وما زال في ذي الحليفة هل يعتني بشك أم لا, and he was still in the area of Dhil Halifa. Masjid al-Shajara is mosque. The area is called Dhil Halifa. So he's still in this area. So should he pay attention to his doubt? What does pay attention to his doubt mean? Means go back and make the talbiyah. Okay. So, or should he carry on? Does not pay attention to it. The answer, نعم يعتني بشكه على الأحوط وجوبا. Yes, he has to pay attention to his doubt. That means fix whatever was doubted. Go back to Masjid Shadr on the basis of obligatory precaution. That means, say, the Sistani is hesitant. If you have a marja next in line who gives you the permission, like say Shabir Zinjani, they say, he has a lot of ihtiyatat of, say, the Sistani given up. So if he says that no, you don't have to carry on, then fine. But because sometimes, he's in the bus, and after they leave, and this wise guy, he took like 1 hour, 2 hour in the shower, and 1 hour, 2 hour in the praying the 6 rakat, and everybody's waiting for him. Instead of labbaik, maybe cursing him. No, this is a test, inshallah, not cursing him, but obviously angry at him and messed up with it. And that guy is like slowly coming in the bus, and after the bus moves, and then oh, I forgot labbaik Allahumma labbaik. I don't know. Maybe I forgot. I don't know. Maybe I did. I doubt. Now, take me back. Take you back? refer to another marja. Enough is enough. Find another marja. Don't find another marja, kiss your Hajj goodbye. Enough for these people. You have tortured them 1 hour sitting in the bus, and you were like, mashallah, in your irfaniyat, hyperbolic irfanis, 6 rakat, you took like 6 hours or 60 minutes to perform it. Anyhow, so this is the situation that, yeah, he has to, if he was individual, then you go back, take a U-turn, go back, do your labbaik. If you're in the bus, if the bus people in the bus were kind enough, the bus driver kind enough, go back. Otherwise, find another marja to help you in this problem. We have one session left, inshallah, which we will be doing it in Monday, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. وآخر دعوانا الحمد لله رب العالمين وصلى الله على محمد وعلى آله الطيبين الطاهرين والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.